Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Star Trek Online. This is your host, Captain Ron Phillips here. I had to refilm this intro. I apologize. So, what are we looking at here? I promised in the last episode that we were going to continue with my Admiral into the next storyline there. But in the spirit of the holidays and for a YouTube creator who I have started following, who is also a big fan of Star Trek, I have decided to go back to the beginning and film the intro for the Romulans and play the Romulan storyline, and then to go back and play the Klingons. Why? Because we're pretty much at the story part, in the mission part wise, with the Federation officer, where even if you have either a Romulan or a Klingon, all the missions pretty much become the same from then on out. The Romulans, when you have their own stories, their own missions, and the Klingons have their own stories and missions, up until about where I hit with my Federation officer, where we did Time Officer and Time Cop Daniels, and finding the Lucari, and about and the Iconian War and all that, pretty much. So I figured instead of continuing on there, why don't we go back to the beginning and show some new content, show some stuff that people probably haven't seen yet. Especially this one YouTube creator. I'm going to put him on here on the bottom here. His name is Brandon Bridges. I in the spirit of his vacation, I decided to go ahead and make this for him because he is a Star Trek fan. And he is also the creator of some Star Trek movies, and one of them that he did not, still to this day, doesn't approve of himself, and I keep constantly telling him that it was one of my favorite ones, actually, was the second of his three, Star Trek Retribution, which actually involves the Romulans an awful lot. And he wasn't a big fan of it, but I keep telling him every time I'm on chat with him on his channel that I actually enjoy that one a lot more than he gives himself credit for. So, in the spirit of that, I wanted to make this episode for just for him, because he's on vacation, and he's always been interested about Star Trek Online. So I'm going to share this with him on everything like that. I'm going to put his channel link here under my character list here, as you can see here. But the main thing about this is this game came out before Discovery, before Picard, before Lower Decks and Prodigy. So it is interesting to see where CBS, before the new shows, continued on into the future, where they thought the Romulans were and what their story was after the 2009 JJ Star Trek movie, where we lost Spock, where he tried to stop the black hole, or stop the supernova from destroying the Romulan homeworld there, Romulus and Remus. So this intro is to and these next few missions is to show where CBS had and pretty much planned what had happened after Romulus and Remus were destroyed, what happened to the Romulan Star Empire, what is going on, and I hope you guys enjoy it. My new buddy Brandon, Mr. Bridges, I hope you enjoy this too, if you get to watch this. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go to cut this off, and we're going to start the intro to the story missions, The Legacy of Romulus. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
The youngest of our kind rely on stories to know what our people were like before. Strong, secretive, warlike. We were feared. We were powerful. Then, everything changed. 22 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion traveled through subspace to hit Romulus and Remus, our homeworlds. No one could have predicted that would happen, and no one could have stopped it. Millions died. Those who survived were scattered across dozens of worlds. One day, we were citizens of one of the greatest powers of the galaxy, and the next, we were just trying to survive. Every day was a struggle if you weren't part of the militant and oppressive Tal Shiar, or ruling everything from on high like Empress Sela. For ordinary Romulans, military victories don't mean much when you're hungry. Life goes on. The Klingons and Starfleet are at one another's throats. The battles light years away don't affect us much. The Tal Shiar are the more immediate threat. They're rebuilding the Empire by force, and pressing anyone they think can help into service. But even they don't seem to know we're here. We've put down roots and found friends. Today we'll celebrate what we've created. With hard work and some good fortune, true Romulans will once again rise to be a power in the galaxy. The first step on that path begins here.
All right. A day on the farm. Meet up with Tov and Kev. Now that with Tov and Kev is your first officer, and he was the narrator there of that this little story bit there. So yeah, kind of like a little.
The left stick controls your player movement. The right stick controls your camera.
Yep, kind of like a Middle Ages German style, kind of like town here. Looking, it's nice.
People you can interact with have icons above their heads. Press the X button to talk with them.
There you are. The security chief was looking for you earlier. She said there's trouble at the vineyard. Avrak's been filing reports all night about Kellids chewing at the vines. He's really worked up.
Kellids in the vines? That doesn't sound right.
Something must have annoyed them. It's not typical Kellid behavior. With the big celebration tonight, I think everyone's a little overexcited. Even the bugs. You should listen to one of Avrak's messages before you head out there.
Alright, I'll look into it.
Interactable items have a glow around them. Walk up and press the X button to interact with the console.
Welcome, Octavian. You have 3 messages from Avrak. The second and third messages have been flagged as redundant by the system. Playing message 1 now.
Please tell me you'll help me. Kellids are in the vineyard chewing through the irrigation pipes, and everyone says they're too busy getting ready for the big party to come and do something about it. There won't be any party if everyone's knee-deep in water by nightfall. Get over here and help me fix this.
What's his second message?
When are you coming over here? This is getting ridiculous. Nobody appreciates me around here. No one. They think these crops just grow without any help from anyone. Tending these vines is a lot of work. No one says thank you. No one pats me in the back. They just keep asking for more. God, look, just get over here and take care of the Kellids, all right? And maybe say thank you for all the work I do to keep these vineyards in shape.
And the third?
It's me again. Ignore the other message I sent. I lost my temper. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why you're not here yet. I really could use your help, though. These Kellids are chewing through everything, and they won't stop. And no one here has even tried to help. They just keep bouncing me to other people. First to Tovan, then to Navala, then to you. Well, what's next? Should I ask one of the kids? Just please come here soon. Thanks.
Alright.
If the Kellids are chewing up the vineyard, you should probably grab a pistol, just in case. I'd join you, but the chief has me looking into some odd comm chatter we picked up yesterday. We'll have to catch up later.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Your minimap shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the minimap if you are far away from your objective.
Ah.
Your plasma beam pistol has been automatically equipped. You can practice on the nearby bottles. Press the R2 button to attack. draw your weapon.
I am. There we go.
To sprint, press and hold the left stick while moving.
Now, of course, with people with Xboxes and PCs, this will be different. So, oh, who's this? Doral, the Keeper of Lore.
Hey there, ready for the big festival? Working hard? Or maybe you have time to listen to a story or two? Avrik, you're in for a fun day. I'm glad I don't have to deal with him. Anyway, do you want to hear any stories?
Sure.
Almost 2,000 years ago, our people were Vulcans. At that time, Vulcan was a world of war, with constant struggles between the tribes. Serac changed that. He taught that peace came through logic. And if you ask me, not all Vulcans get that right. Serac said that people should master their emotions, not eliminate them. But not everyone on Vulcan wanted to give up love, or passion, or even anger. The Vulcans said these people marched beneath the Raptor's wings. Instead of fighting their own people, these Vulcans decided to leave in an event we call the Sundering. They boarded great colony ships and set out into unexplored space, looking for a home where they could live and feel as they wished. Eventually, those who marched beneath the Raptor's wings found Romulus and Remus. They created an empire. Although we share a genetic bond with the Vulcans, we are our own people. Never forget that. Want to hear another story? The destruction of Romulus was a terrible thing. We lost our home and our loved ones. We lost our soul. The people who survived were scattered and leaderless. Survival was a daily struggle. There were some fights for control before Empress Sela took over, but I never paid much attention. That Taurus woman was never going to get far. Now Sela and the Tal Shiar are attempting to rebuild the strength of the Romulan Star Empire, but they do so with fear and oppression. Steer clear of them if you can. People like us should just try to stay out of the Tal Shiar's way. Life is more important than politics or power. There are a lot of Romulans who just wander from planet to planet because there's no place to call home anymore. We're lucky to have Viranat. This is a good place. A place to put down roots. Without that, we're just dust, scattered by the winds of fate. Do you want to hear another story?
Sure, last one. Founding of the colony.
Viranat was a colony world. It used to be a big agricultural planet, growing food for the Empire. After Romulus was destroyed, thousands upon thousands of people flooded the planet. The old cities couldn't hold them all, and they were scared. They started fighting amongst themselves. One night, the cities burned. Most of the survivors left. A few hung on, scrapping old ships and using them as building materials. That's how the Maori found them, about 10 years ago. The Maori was the commander of an old warbird. Navala was his first officer, and Devex the chief engineer. They were wandering the sector, trying to find a new home. When they found Viranat, they decided to stay. Devex kept the old warbird functional, and he used it to make supply runs and bring back other Romulans who needed a home. Navala put herself in charge of security, and the Maori, he runs the whole colony now. Devex met Tovan Kev in a mining colony a few years back. I think it was 4 years ago. But then again, I didn't come here until 2 years ago, so this is not just information I've heard about secondhand. I actually have a question for you, if you don't want to hear another story first.
What is that?
When did you arrive here? I know we only have a few hundred people living here, but so many come and go that it's hard to keep track. I'm recording the stories of all the people that live here, you see. And I would love to start yours off with your arrival. Who knows? It could be something that becomes historical in a few years.
Living here before Devex and the Maori, part of the Maori's crew, picked up by Devex a few years ago. Barely been here a year, rather not say. Well, we'll just say we're one of our local survivors that have been picked up.
A Devex recruit? Fascinating. We've had some interesting characters come here thanks to him. We should definitely talk more about this over drinks tonight. I would love to know where Devex found you.
Alright, see you later. Alright. To the farm. What's this? No, we don't need to replay the introduction cutscene. We already saw that. Avrak.
Finally? I mean, which message do you... Ah, never mind that either. It's chaos here. I need some help. Normally we collect nectar from the local kellet insects. Something has driven them into a frenzy. They're chewing on our irrigation system and flooding the vineyard.
I'll start repairing the pipes.
Excellent, excellent. The broken pipes are obvious. They're the ones spraying water everywhere. Kellet shouldn't give you too much trouble. A few bursts from your pistol will take care of them.
I'll handle it.
Interactions can be interrupted by movement or combat.
You only want me to do 3 out of them? Okay.
The flooding has stopped, but if those Kellets come back, they'll just break the pipes again. Something's making the insects go crazy. With bugs this size, that's a real problem. I think Navala might be able to help. She's goofing off again. She knows all about Kellets. She's normally down by the greenhouse this time of day. Tell her to stop being lazy and keep these critters contained.
I'll find out what Navala knows.
Good idea. Talk to Navala.
I bet she's just lounging around right now, not even thinking about all the damage being done to my vineyard. No one around here wants to put in a good day's work. Well, except for you.
Right, I'll get going. Thank you.
Just in time. Did you talk with Avrak? He said that I'm what? Lazy? That I've been... Ugh! He's just trying to make me look bad so he can get a promotion. Oh, that's so old-fashioned. Let me tell you what's actually happening.
Okay.
The Kellets are going crazy. I've been working all day to keep them out of the residential areas. This aggressive behavior is new, and we need to figure out what's causing it. That means gathering samples from some of these creatures.
I'll see what I can find.
An item is dropped for you. Move near the item and it will be automatically added to your inventory.
This metal has some kind of fungus growing on it that's similar to the spores we found on some of the Kelid carapaces. It might explain their behavior, but how are they getting infected in the first place? Also, the flying Kelids have never come out of the cavern before. This is so strange.
Something might be happening in the cavern. I'll check it out.
You're right. The source of the infection could be somewhere inside the cavern. Head over there and see if you can find out what's aggravating the nest. And be careful.
I'll be careful. Alright. Let's see if I can run by these guys. And if you didn't see the item pop up, it's just like a little canister that pops up and flies above the ground. Alright. You guys stay.
Enemies have a chance to drop items.
Kelid has a large gash across its abdomen. What the? What the heck is that? Hello. What is this?
A strange machine and some weird drone things? That is troubling. Someone's been in there. We'll have to let the Maori know about this. It's good you disabled the device, though. Maybe now the Kelids will calm down. I took a look at those biological samples while you were gone, but I can't do much more than a basic tricorder scan. It's just not my area. Devex might be able to help. He was an engineer in the Romulan military before the homeworld was destroyed. Now he's helping us with our water supply and anything else that takes more specialized knowledge. You should talk to him.
All right. Oops. Went right by him. Sorry, folks. Thought I went by and pressed X. My bad.
What do you need with an old space hound like me? I have an idea of what this might be. Maybe. I saw something like this once before, when I was out beyond the Eridon Belt. We responded to a distress call from a mining outpost. When we got there, all the people were just gone, vanished without a trace. The only things we found were a strange beacon and some odd spore samples. These look very similar.
Well, can I use your equipment to analyze it?
Of course. Go forth and analyze. My equipment is all yours to use.
Well, thank you. I'll let you know what I find.
Some missions in Star Trek Online will change based on your career track. Engineering, science, or tactical.
That's right. There are some things that pop up. You either have to be an engineer, a science, or a tactical. Return to DevX.
I've only seen fungal biotech like this once before. Remember that mining station that I mentioned? Before we arrived, they reported several disappearances. Some thought it was paranoia, but we had reports that said intruders would beam in right through the colony's magnetic shield, right into someone's quarters, sedate them, and then vanish without a trace. We didn't know what to believe, but I don't think those miners were paranoid. Something did happen to them, and it could happen again.
You thought it was related to this beacon?
That's what my commander believed. We found a beacon with almost the same configuration as the one you found. We weren't able to get much from it before we shut it down. But the one thing we learned is that the beacon was made by a race that called themselves the Elachi. We stayed in orbit for a few days, but the Elachi never came back. That's good news for us, seeing that you disabled the beacon you found in the caverns.
What do we do now? Tell the Miori what we found?
That's right. He's the man in charge, so he needs to know. I'd be surprised if he doesn't want to send someone down there to analyze that beacon. Could be these Elachi were interested in our colony for some reason. Lucky for us, you were there to put a stop to whatever they were trying to do.
Jolan True. I heard Avrak yelling all the way over here. I'm sorry you had to deal with his problems on our day of celebration.
That's fine, but we have a bigger problem.
That does sound very mysterious. However, you seem to have taken care of the immediate problem, disabling this beacon and dispatching the drones. You have my thanks.
It was my honor.
I'll assign some engineers to examine the device and set up surveillance on the cave as soon as possible. If what DevX says is true, you don't want that beacon turned on again. Now that's settled, why don't you try to relax for a while? Enjoy the festival. We'll talk again tomorrow after the engineers have finished their analysis of the device.
I'll do that. Thank you, Miori.
Hold the X button to bring up your Captain Commands menu and contact Tovan Cav.
Oh, I've got to call him through that. Okay.
Are you done for the day? I'm just finishing up too. I'm going to head back to the restaurant. Meet me for a drink when you're done.
Alright. We're pretty much set for the next one.
Hey there. Long day? I can't believe how far this colony has come. Just look at how much we can accomplish without being ruled by the Tal Shiar. Word is, someone named Atan is trying to fight them, but me, I'm content with what we have here. Let's go enjoy the festival.
Friends and neighbors, welcome to the tapping. The Kellet nectar has been harvested, the ale is brewed, and we can finally taste the fruits of our labors. And like this fine vintage, our colony has taken time and effort to develop. Since the loss of the homeworld 22 years ago, we have known fear, hunger, and pain. We have struggled, and we have overcome every difficulty. We have mourned those who are no longer with us, and we have welcomed new friends into our home. And now we celebrate. The trials are behind us. Virinat is prosperous and growing. We will face new challenges in the future, but we will face them together.
Fireworks, yay. What the heck is that? Whoa!
Hey, are you hurt? We're under attack. I don't know who or why, but people are being rounded up and we have to do something. I'll help Devex get the shuttles ready. You should find Navala and Vorian to help organize the militia. Get as many civilians to safety as you can. After that, we stop whoever or whatever is attacking our home.
Oh. Florian's gone.
Come in! Are you alright? What's happening over there? Did you find Vorian?
Yeah, he's gone. Where are you?
I'm at the shipyard with Devex, and we're prepping the shuttles for evacuation. I don't know what's going on here, but we need to get people out while we can. If you can get a rifle, you can fight your way out. Can you make it?
I'll make it. Just get the shuttles ready.
Shiar. We need to call for help. I don't know who'll answer, but we have to do something. I tried to send a distress signal, but they damaged our transceiver array. We still have a chance, though. You need to deal with some of the Tal Shiar, and then get a replacement battery.
I'm on it. Alright, here we go.
Press the triangle button to switch between the two equipped weapons.
They just keep coming. Get a battery from the marketplace. We need to send out a distress signal.
Come on, everybody, let's get going. Holy crap.
Be careful in the market. It's completely overrun. device and send the signal.
All right.
The signal is strong. Get to the shipyard. We're getting out of here.
Now, granted, everybody, this is just a tutorial, so it's not going to be this easy, as you've seen in some of my previous episodes. Oh.
The shuttle is ready. They got as many people aboard as will fit. We have to go.
Let's go.
Congratulations, citizen.
Yes, I know. We won that one. Let's go.
This is Shuttle 5. We're taking enemy... Shuttle 10 coming in. We're jamming their sensors. When they get us, they'll think you were caught in the swamp.
They're not attacking. The Vex showed me how to fly as Warbird. We're almost there. Navigation is online, but we need some components to get our weapons and warp drive operational. We'll need both if we want to have any hope of fighting the Tal Shiar.
Alright, I'll scan the old ships around for what we need.
Press up to increase your ship speed. Press down to decrease your ship speed.
This'll do nicely. We just need a little more salvage.
Use the left stick to pitch downward or upward, as well as to turn left or right.
Weapons are online. Let's test them out on some of these derelict ships nearby. They're not shielded, so we can just use our torpedoes to finish them off.
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack it.
Alright.
Ship is under attack. Use your torpedo to attack enemies who are not shielded.
Scrap neutronium. We can use that to reinforce the hull of this old Warbird.
There's the item-looking thing. We can't go to full impulse yet, so... Okay. Come on.
An item has dropped for you. Move towards the item to automatically loot it.
I intend to once I get there.
3 more of these should get this hull good to go. Good shot. Vex would be happy to see this old warbird get some use. I think it's safe to say weapons are fully online.
Yes, they are. Alright, come on. Move a little faster. Move a little faster. How much time is left on here?
Time to take out the Tal Shiar satellites dead ahead.
Use your plasma beam to weaken shielded targets.
Come on. A little faster, please. A little faster.
Torpedoes on an enemy when their shield is down. You must be out of combat to hail Tovan Kev. The red alert message at the top of your screen will appear if you are in combat.
Great. All systems are go and full impulse is back online. I'm picking up a distress signal nearby. There must be people from the colony. More colonists managed to escape the surface.
Let's go save the colonists.
The distress signal is close. Searching. There! We have to help them!
Hold the up button to activate and deactivate full impulse.
Turn off full impulse. There's a Tal Shiar drone dead ahead. I'm back on the bridge, and I figured out how I can improve our torpedoes. Just give me the order, and I'll get started. Scanners are picking up more colonists and Tal Shiar nearby. We have to rescue our friends.
Alright, good to have you back on the bridge.
Press the circle button to activate high-yield torpedo.
Alright, now we're even. Tavaro Light Warbird with the Tavaro Light Warbird.
High-yield torpedo will increase the power of your next torpedo attack.
Okay, so you see me lighting up with green here? That means I've got plasma damage. Which is like a little damage over time.
Thank the elements. We thought we were done.
Oh, we ain't done yet.
Target shield has failed.
There we go.
I think it's safe to say we're a fully operational ship. I'm getting an alert. There's another distress signal coming in from one of the colony's shuttles. We can do a short-range warp jump to get to them. Do you want to go now, or stay here to wipe out any other incoming drones? They look like they'll be coming in to do sweeps in the area.
No, let's get us to the next area. Pretty much the other side of the planet.
There aren't any colonists here. Just this strange ship. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's gigantic. Engineering reports that the ship has scanned us, but they're not responding to my hails. What should we do?
We'll scan them. We need to know who or what they are.
They've done something to the ship. Nothing is responding. I can't even warp us out of here. I think I might be able to get a comm channel up to hail them. What do you want me to do?
Open a channel and ask them what they want with our ship.
We're getting a reply. But they seem to be rearranging our words and sending them back. Listen.
Okay. Tovan?
I'm picking up another ship. This one is Tal Shiar. It's decloaking.
Get ready for a fight. Oh no, not a Dideridex warbird.
So the Alachi were right. A handful of pitiful Romulan refugees managed to escape. When will you colonists learn that no matter how far you run, you cannot escape your obligations?
Colonel Hakiv.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Colonel Hakiv of the Tal Shiar. On behalf of the Romulan Star Empire, I hereby lay claim to this colony and all of its inhabitants. Surrender now, and I will ensure that you serve us in the way you are most suited.
Never. We'll fight you with our last breath.
Fire weapons at will.
This is Tamer of the Romulan Republic. Tal Shiar vessel. Stand down immediately.
Tamer! How fortunate! I can destroy both of you!
Come on, let's get around here. Ouch, that hurt. Come on. All right, all right.
My eye! So the insect has managed to sting me. You think you won? This is not the end. Even now, more of my ships are on their way. And the next time, you won't have anyone to protect you.
I don't need anyone's protection, Akiv.
I am Tamer, commander of the Romulan Republic. We picked up your distress signal while on a mission in a nearby system. I would say we arrived just in time given your ship's condition. Who are you? and what happened here.
Alright.
I am truly sorry. This is not the first time I've heard a story like this, and I fear it will not be the last. And these Ilachi creatures, they are troubling. We need to know more about them and why they're working with a snake like Hakiv. As I said, I'm with the Romulan Republic. You may have heard of us. We are not the terrorists the Tal Shiar make us out to be. With our leader, Datan, we are working to gather survivors of the destruction and fight the tyranny of the Tal Shiar. We have a flotilla nearby. If you're interested, we would welcome you and your friends to join us there.
Sure.
I appreciate your willingness to do what's right. I'm transmitting the coordinates of our flotilla to your ship now. When you arrive, we can repair your vessel and work out our next move. Thank you again. I'll make sure you won't regret your decision.
Okay. It's my honor to assist in your fight.
I don't know how I feel about this, but I guess signing with Tamer is better than risking death on our own. And he did help us out with the Tal Shiar. The coordinates are loaded up whenever you're ready to go. I think the colonists we rescued are eager to get someplace safe.
Yep. Warp us to the flotilla.
Greetings. I am Sub-Commander Nadell, assistant to Commander Tamer. Please follow me to the Commander's quarters. There is much to discuss.
Okay.
Commander, our guests have arrived.
Excellent. I'll get them up to speed. There is much to do.
I'll be glad to show one of you around, while the other stays and talks with Tamer.
I'll take the tour, and then meet you back on the ship when you're ready.
Okay. Speak to Tamer.
Greetings. I hope all is going well with you.
Well, I guess I'm here to join the fleet.
Good to see you and Tovankev made it to the flotilla of the new Romulan Republic. To be brief, we are a group that was founded by Datan to combat the tyranny of Empress Sela and her Tal Shiar. Our goal is to unify the shattered Romulan people under a new democracy instead of Sela's tyrannical rule. There is much to do, however. I can answer any questions you may have.
Now, what did Datan do to form the Republic?
Ha! What hasn't Datan done? He has quite the long history. The short version is that he desires to see the reunification of the Vulcans and the Romulans. Before that can happen, though, Datan wants us to find a new homeworld, reconcile with the Remans, and end the centuries of oppression beneath the Tal Shiar. We're Romulan, and after all that's happened, we still have our pride and our cultural heritage. We need to be able to approach the Vulcans as equals, not as refugees looking for charity. Did you want to know anything else?
Datan wants to unify Romulans and Vulcans?
That's right. He dreams of a day when our two people are united. Well, three, counting the Remans. Datan was inspired by Ambassador Spock, who first began the movement. When he was a child, Spock was working on Romulus with the reunificationists, and he was Datan's teacher. The Tal Shiar actively opposed reunification, and Spock and his people had to keep their movement hidden, working with allies and meeting in secret. It's been an uphill battle for Datan, but he won't stop until he sees the Vulcans, the Romulans, and the Remans reunited and at peace. Is there anything else?
What's your role around here?
I am the commander of this fleet. No actions happen without my approval. Before this, I worked in intelligence for the Romulan military, which allowed me to learn more about the Tal Shiar. I couldn't stomach the thought of working alongside of them. Datan approached me one day and said he needed someone to organize a defense against the Tal Shiar. I accepted before he could finish his sentence. Is there anything else?
Nope, I'm ready for what's next.
What's next is that you receive our uniform and get a tour of the flotilla. After that, you'll receive your first assignment. However, you must understand that by joining us, you mark yourself as an enemy to the Tal Shiar. Hakiv and his people will see you as a threat, and there isn't anything they won't do to stop you. Are you ready to accept that?
I'm in.
Good. You should get yourself down to Lieutenant Delatham. You can get a uniform from him if you want to change out of those civilian clothes. You can also have your ship modified. We can't get you into a more powerful vessel yet, but we can change the appearance of your ship if you want. When you're done, return to your ship. I should have your first assignment ready and sent to your ship by then.
All right. Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Well?
Greetings. I hope all is going well with you.
What should I do now?
Step into the hall, turn left and take the turbo lift back to the transporter room. Once you're down there, look for the tailor. I've already authorized you for a uniform change. After that, you should look for the ship tailor and customize your warbird. Once you're satisfied, I'd suggest looking for Datan.
All right.
Greetings. I have new orders for you.
All right. So, thank you all very much for joining me here. Well, we'll do another quick mission here, where we'll explore the flotilla here. I'm about to run out of time on this episode, so I hope you enjoyed this little exciting episode here into what happened with the Romulans here and this new Ilachi threat that's going on around, and the up everybody as they want. So, real we'll get back here on the next episode here. So I thank everybody for joining me. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the dislike button if you didn't like it. That's all right. Subscribe to the Captain Ron Phillips channel. More to come, more to see, and we will continue the Romulan story here on Star Trek Online. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.